Good afternoon, Coach. When it comes to ball movement, do you have an ideal number of assists for this group, or is it a bit matchup dependent, depending on the opponent?
Yeah, I don't really care about the number of assists, Jen. First of all, you can make great passes. If the guy doesn't put the ball in the basket, you don't get an assist. So sometimes it can be a bit misleading in that way. We do want better ball movement. We do want to get better quality shots. I think we know what that looks like, but I don't think assists are necessarily the best measure of that.
And when it comes to defending this team, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has obviously been the engine for them. The Pelicans held him to his lowest output by far all season. What are your keys defensively to containing him again tonight?
Listen, guys like that, you do the best job you can. I mean, he's a great player, and you got to get a little bit of luck too. But we do want to work hard, get early help to him, try to take away his driving angles, and just not let him get to the basket.
Thanks, Coach.
Coach, any concerns in a physical sense with all the minutes guys played the other night, or did the day off you think helped?
We had a day off yesterday, Todd, and if you're 20, 21, 22, 23 years old and you can't play every other day and do nothing in between, then we've got a bigger problem than a little bit of fatigue.
You've seen the game slow down a little bit for Jackson Hayes in the last two outings. It just appears his minutes are up and his production is going up, not only with points but rebounding as well.
Yeah, I've been happy with him. His effort's been really good. His energy level's been really high. He seems to be locked into his responsibilities. So we've been happy with what he's done in the last couple of games and hope that continues.
Hey, Coach, this is Will from The Athletic. Do you just have any thoughts you want to share about the events today in D.C.? And were you guys expecting or surprised the game wasn't postponed tonight, or do you have any thoughts on that as well?
I didn't have any expectation in regard to the game tonight, Will. I mean, I was like everybody else watching it. It's an embarrassing and shameful day. I mean, in our country, I think everybody on both sides of the political aisle should be able to agree on that. I mean, I remember watching the events of the Arab Spring. I remember protests in Venezuela. I mean, I thought I was watching other countries. I mean, this just isn't what we expect here. We have a functioning democracy, supposedly a shining beacon of democracy, leadership in the world, peaceful transfers of power. And yeah, it's distressing to watch this go on in our country. I mean, protest is great, but somebody's dead now. The woman who was in critical condition got shot and died. We've had police officers have to be taken to the hospital. I've watched people breaking windows to break into the Capitol. I've watched an armed standoff at the door of the House floor. I mean, this stuff's not supposed to happen in our country, and it's distressing to all of us, I think, to see what's happening here. And you just wonder if this is an isolated incident or the beginning of a real demise of our country. And I don't think we should take our democracy for granted. And I don't think we should try to brush this off very easily. This is an important and distressing and, to me, discouraging day.
Hey Stan, it's Game Crew from ESPN. How hard was it to, get ready or get up for this game, considering that was kind of the focus of the last 3, 4, 5 hours?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think that the players can too. I mean, you can compartmentalize this stuff. I think we saw it in the bubble all summer with NBA guys. They did they had their protests. They were very outspoken about some of the police shootings and the Black Lives Matter movement, and then they went out and played great basketball. So I don't think basketball players, basketball coaches, we're not different than anybody else. We're going to have, we're going to be engaged in what's happening in the world. We're going to have opinions about it. We're going to have thoughts about it. And then we're going to go do our job. I mean, I think that's everybody. And so, yeah, it was discouraging to sit there. I've got it on in my office right now as I get ready for the game, but we certainly won't keep any of us from being ready for the game.
Great. Thanks very much, Coach.
All right.